What's up, guys? Zelonius here, showing you a video. I'm going to give you a quick rundown about custom tactics and what I think of them, how I think they work in the game, why I think they're important. A lot of people I find on FIFA know that custom tactics exist. They have a rough idea of what they do, but they're not actually sure how they work or how they can improve their game. I don't think they're game breaking, but if you don't have good custom tactics, or you're not playing to your strengths, or you don't know how they work, you're really not going to be playing as well as you can be. This is my team, by the way. At the moment, I switched to 4-1-2-1-2 in game. It's a good tip for anyone if you're struggling to make the chemistry work. So you want to play Ronaldo up front where he's best, but you can't fit him in. Play him in a left wing and change him in game. It's just a little tip. I'll talk about that in another video at some point. Let's have a look at the custom tactics. Sorry about my voice today. I've got a cold, so I'm not feeling too good. Okay, so build-up play. The speed. Okay, the higher the speed is, basically, the quicker your build-up play will be. This one's fairly obvious. If you put the speed down to 0, then it's going to be very low. The players aren't going to move too fast. Basically, when the speed's higher, your team will look to break quicker. So if you want to counter-attack quicker, catch the opponent off guard, higher speed's better. If you want to have more tiki-taka, calculated build-up play, then you can lower the speed. I don't really think on the tactics it's ever that good an idea to have high extremes, so I wouldn't have above 80 on speed or below 20. If you really want to play a tiki-taka short style of passing, I'd probably go 25 to 30, because it just gets to the point it's almost useless if it's too low. Bear in mind, if you go too fast, then your players can, if you get caught in possession, your players are all over the place because they're trying to attack really quick, then you could get in trouble and get caught out. If it's too slow, then you're going to struggle to break teams down and they'll get the shape again. Okay, passing. I've got the custom tactics I'm actually using at the moment are the ones Huge Gorilla's currently using. Great player, use the same formation as me. As you try play a similar style to him, he's a lot better than me, of course, but these work. I think they're very good. Passing, the higher it is, the longer your team's passes are. The shorter it is, or the lower it is, the shorter the passing should be. So 55, it's a healthy balance. If you have 70 or 80, your players will spread apart more and look for longer passes. I don't think it's that easy on FIFA to have it that high. I don't think long passes that strong, but if it's too short, then your players get too close again. I find it harder to make good chances. Organised, I don't think, what's the other one, free form. In your defence to midfield, which is where most of the build-up play will be, I think you've got to be organised. If it's free form and your team are all over the place, if you get caught in possession, you're going to be completely out of shape. It's going to be very easy for the other team to catch you off guard. I think organised to keep a good shape's vital, to be honest. Okay, chance creation. This one's one of the most important because a lot of people struggle, I think, to actually make good chances. Okay, the passing on this isn't about short or long. It's about the risk of the passes. So you want, for me, you don't want this to be too low unless you're out and out just trying to keep possession. The higher this is, the more risky runs your players will make. You don't want 100 or even above 80 in my opinion though, because the higher it goes, they just make silly runs, and if it's like on 100, they'll just be constantly offside because they'll be constantly trying to make runs, and you won't even have an easy pass option on, and you don't want to just have to always play the killer through ball. The higher it is, the better it is when you've got players with good movement. So if you have players with 60 movement and you're on 90 passing on chance creation, they're not going to be able to follow that up. For me, 60 is a good balance because you still have options in possession, but the strikers who you put on get behind will still be able to make good runs. Crossing seems a bit hit and miss for me. One day it seems great, one day it's awful. I think crossing on 40 for me allows you to put the crosses in when you see the opportunity, because they'll make the odd run, but it's not too high, so they don't make too many runs. I don't think crossing's that good this year. Shooting, I quite like long shots. I don't think it's as strong as it once was. I used to have it on 75. I don't think this just means you shoot more if you have it higher. I think what it does is the higher it is, the more your players will sit on the edge of the box, try and make space for a long shot. The lower it is, the more likely they are to run in behind. So if you want more long shots and your players to position to give you more long shot chances, then I would recommend putting this up. But I think somewhere in the middle works quite well. Okay, organised freeform. This one a bit more debatable. I think to make more chances, freeform's probably better. Your players rotate a bit. You might see Ronaldo at right, striker to the left wing. It can work quite well. It can confuse your opponent and give you more passing options. It's easier to keep the ball when it's organised, I feel. That makes it a bit simpler in terms of players stick to positions, and it can work quite well. But freeform works well for me in terms of providing chances. Organised if you want a more solid structure. Okay, pressure. This is important. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I want to press really hard. I want to get the ball really quick and put this really high. If you put this really high, your team will push up stupidly high and leave massive gaps in your defence. And when so many people use pace and counter-attack you, you're going to get screwed by that. I think somewhere in the middle, you want 40 to 60 pressure. I wouldn't go below 40 because then you're just inviting too much of the opposition on. 47 is what Huge Gorilla uses. I think it works quite well. It allows you to invite pressure on, but you're pushing enough that you can get the ball quickly. So high pressure, basically high defensive line, low pressure, low defensive line, middle, balanced defensive line. Aggression basically is how much the AI tries to double team people. So if your aggression's on like 80 or 90, you'll often find 2 or 3 of your players trying to get the ball off one player. If you're very good at pressing, then this can work well, but it's also a very easy way to get caught out and concede easy goals. And just a balanced approach here, because if it's too low, you're going to give them too much time on the ball and they'll get too many chances. If it's too high, a good player will pass around you. Team width. This isn't anything to do with attack. Some people think it can work in attack, but it's literally as it's under the defence tree. As far as I'm aware, it's just about how narrow or compact your team shape is. I think because crossing isn't too powerful this year, you don't need to stop crosses that often. I would put middle to lower on width. Anywhere 60 to 40 works fine. Allows you to play narrow, constrict the play, and hog up the middle where most of the chances are going to come from. Last but not least, cover or offside trap. Never do offside trap. FIFA's AI is pretty good. It's getting better every year. But there's too many times that playing the offside trap would cause you to concede. And you do not want to concede because one of your defenders is left not playing the offside trap. So play cover, stop the sweaty through balls, cover definitely instead of offside trap. If there's any of these things, please go cover, not offside trap. I've never seen somebody use it well. Okay, that is my custom tactics rundown, how they work on the game. Probably going to do a video on traits tomorrow and how they work, how they impact players, how they can make players better. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like the video please if you've enjoyed it. If you've subscribed to the channel, I'm going to be providing you more content. Let me know what type of content you want to see. Add me on my Twitter. Follow even. Check out my Twitch stream. Please let me know what type of content you want to see. I want to provide content that you guys are going to enjoy. Thank you for watching this video. I am Zelonius. See you later.